What is going on, guys? We are back, and once again we're going to be doing mechanism upgrades to our base today. Nothing in particular, but now that we're doing 4 times ore processing, there are a couple different parts of our mechanism setup that need to be upgraded, including our power generation, our hydrogen chloride production, our oxygen production, all that good stuff. So in my inventory I have all the goods over here that we're going to be using to upgrade today, and I am going to take on the daunting task of going back here today, and I'm going to try and do it on camera. I'm going to scrap most of what's back here and try and expand the room a little bit so I have more room to work with, because we are going to be adding in a bunch of different things back here, like more electrolytic separators, eventually more chemical infusers, and it's really disgusting back here with how much we have going on. So I'm going to try and do it on camera in a little bit. Hopefully I can actually do that. If not, I'll have to do it off camera. But I guess we can start with our upgrades that we're going to do to the metallurgic infuser. I just made some energy upgrades and speed upgrades because I use this thing all the time, and for some reason I only have 2 out of 8 on both of these. Granted, it doesn't use up a bunch of energy, but might as well max it out like I've been doing with all my other machines. And kind of running low on certain ores, like I don't have much copper, I didn't have much iron, didn't have much osmium. So I'm limited with certain things that I can be doing today. I spent probably an hour and a half gathering resources and trying to make them into the items I needed, but I was running low on energy and all this good stuff. So need to make sure that I have enough energy and the things are working fast enough that it doesn't take me longer than it does to record the video to prep for it. So this should be pretty fast now, actually. I kind of want to test it out, so we can always use more of the alloys. So let's get 20 in here. Do we have any redstone? We have 9. That's good enough. So let's test this out. Let's see the speed now. Okay, that is significantly faster. That is very nice. I usually have to wait a really long time to get all this alloy, and that takes freaking forever, but now this is good. Okay, so next thing we want to do is, it should still be daytime out, hopefully. So we want to come outside, and you guys commented on this a lot last episode. We all know what this looks like, but I thought we could be men and not comment on it. I saw it yesterday in the video, that's why I commented on the way that they're oriented, but I didn't know how to change it, so I didn't really say, yeah, it looks like a swastika, but it kind of does. So Brink was kind enough to not say anything in the comments, unlike the multiple comments I got about it, and he messaged me telling me that I could wrench these, so we're gonna wrench them, and hopefully this thing doesn't break. Okay, so we'll just wrench this one too, and we'll call it a day. Let me just fly up here. There we go. Okay, so does this thing still work? Yes, it does. That is phenomenal. Okay, and I don't know what was happening yesterday, why it wasn't heating up, but after I went off camera, it started heating up again. It might just take a little bit. It might kind of freeze if there's any lag on the server. I'm not too sure, but this is producing it at a decent rate. Obviously, I still want to go higher. We can bring it up 6 more levels, and I'm still going to try and find a desert biome to get 2 times multiplication for the temperature if this doesn't reach that when we get to the max level. But for now, it's producing enough, and it looks like it's going to be nighttime soon, so we can just fly up here and get ready to sleep. But let's be real here, guys. That looked like a swastika. Now it doesn't. We're all good. There's no need to put it in the comments. I was really hoping no one would notice, though, yesterday. Like, the minute I was looking at it on camera, I was like, oh my god, that's what it looks like. Let me sleep, game. Let me sleep. I also want to look over here. We're getting a lot of solar generation going on over here, but still, it's still not close to being enough. Let me sleep. Oh my god. The sun is down. It is setting right now, and I want to sleep, and the game won't let me. There we go. Okay. Ah, fresh day, fresh start to a day. Okay, so let's come down here. We got to add more advanced solar generators, like always. We have enough cables, so we're going to put down 1, 2, 3, and then 4. So we want to extend it out to here. That should be good enough. Okay. So there we go. We're getting a decent amount of these, though. We need to, we need to extend over to the side one more. Forgot that we had to do that. So there, and there's where they're going to go. And I'm probably going to move this relatively soon when I go to make the factory. just because I'm going to need a lot of room for our base. I'm going to have to build our base around this though, because I really don't feel like moving this, and I really don't feel like redoing the basement again. So this will probably be at one of the edges, and then these will be somewhere over here, but I'm going to need to flatten it out a little bit more, and this will be another edge. So this will be like a corner of where our factory is right here. And I've been thinking, and I want to make it like an overgrown factory. And I've done that before. I did that in the mod sauce pack, but it wasn't really a good spot to build an overgrown factory because it was in the middle of like a plains biome, so it didn't really work. But in the jungle, I think it'll actually look pretty good. Now, we're still not gaining energy while these things are running, which is a little disappointing, but I assume we're getting closer to gaining energy while those things are running. I really don't know. But these machines, yeah, this is still backed up. Since we started, this has gone through like 3 of those. You can see that this hydrogen chloride is so unbearably slow, the production, and that's really killing me. So we have all that done. Now we're going to throw it on this Robit. Now this was requested that I make the Robit, and I looked into it, and I didn't look into a lot of the details, but from what I see, it's just kind of like a little helper. So you right click it on a charging pad, and it will start charging up, and the owner, Dr. Ragehard, so you can make it pick up things. I assume if you like need extra inventory space or something, or you just want to throw junk down. Let's rename this Robit. Let's rename it to, what do we want to rename it to? Let's rename it to Brink, because Brink is always here to help me out. So this will be Brink. You know what? No, we're going to rename it Brink v2.0. It's Brink v2.0, guys, because Brink has been giving me so many pointers in this pack, and Brink knows everything, and I always comment on how he knows everything, and he's like, oh, it's fun to learn this stuff, it's interesting, and I'm like, no, it is not fun to sit there and read the wiki. Dude, Brink is a knowledge whore, okay? I don't know how that guy knows so much, or how he packs it into his head. Maybe he stores it in his beard. I feel like Brink definitely has a beard. Okay, so now it's following me. Come on, let's go, buddy. Let's go. We're not actually gonna have him follow us, so we're gonna toggle that off. I don't know. You can use him, I guess, like a chest. You can use him like a furnace. You can use him like an anvil and a crafting grid. So it's pretty useful, but I don't have much use for it, obviously, because I have like all that down here. But I guess if you're going somewhere on a little adventure, you could bring him with you. I don't know if he can die, but we'll leave him down here. We'll teleport him back to the charging pad for now. Stay. Good Brink. Okay, so now that we have that, all the fun stuff is done for the day. We're still not getting energy, man. That's killing me. How many? You know what? We're gonna go count these. I really want to go count these solar generators and see how many we have. How many advanced solar generators we have. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4. What is that? 5, 6. Is that 8? Is that 4 on each side? Yeah. So that's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We have 13 advanced solar generators running. And there must be a power bottleneck somewhere. Like, let's see if these are actually sending. I guess they're sending all their power. But I feel like there has to be a power bottleneck on like some of these cables or something. Like maybe this cable right here, because this is getting all the power. I don't know. I'll have to look into that in the future though, because I'm really feeling like we should be getting more power generation. I might go into a creative world and just throw. That freaked me out seeing that name there. I forgot already. But I might go into a creative world and see how many it takes to like get good power generation, just because I'm getting a little annoyed with this. Okay, so I can hear this noise right now. That's that dungeon, but apparently you guys can't hear it whenever I say it's super loud. So I'm not going to comment on it, and I'm just going to hope that you guys still can't hear it. And we are going to be going in here. We're going to be going into the belly of the beast today. And we're going to be expanding and screwing around with everything that's in here. So let's open up some space first. I want to put this on slow because I feel like I'm going to break something that I really don't want to break. Okay, so, I need to be very careful. I guess I should probably just scrap most of what's in here right now. Yeah, you know what, that's what we're going to do. We're just going to scrap like everything that's in here. Oh, these things take forever to break, don't they? Can I wrench these with this thing? Yes, I can. Okay, cool. I wasn't sure because I always thought there would be like a mechanism wrench, but there isn't a mechanism wrench. So I guess you can just, like Brink said, you could probably just use like any wrench or something. So I trusted Brink, and this one was really cheap. It was like 1 iron and 2 lapis. I wish I made it a long time ago, but I didn't because I didn't think you'd use it, but whatever. So we're just gonna, we can leave the power for this because that's pretty much gonna be the same. We can break these and scrap this thing right here. I'd really prefer to not have to use many of these stone brick covers, but we may have to. So yeah, we can leave all of that. This all looks relatively good. Yeah, okay, so I think this for the most part is fine. What was this running to? Oh, is that the power that was running over and around to this thing? I believe it was. It was like going up and then over and around. Okay, so then we can break this and this, and we can actually scrap that, that. And do we want to scrap this? We're going to be keeping this transfer node right here, the liquid transfer node, and I think this will have enough liquid in it to be able to power 2 of these electrolytic separators, and one of them I don't even have speed upgrades for. We may make some more today. Actually, you know what? Yeah, we can do that because we'll grab a little bit more redstone. We don't have much redstone left, but we can finish making these. The reason I couldn't make them is because I didn't have more enriched alloy, but we do have this, and I believe speed upgrades are osmium dust, so we need 6 more. I think that was 6. And where is it? Crusher. Split them up. And we should be good. Okay, so now we should be able to make all the speed upgrades too, because we do need the oxygen production. Because honestly, I don't care if I have 4 times running all the time right now, but I at least want to have 3 times running the entire time. And when I go on like a massive spree where I just let it mine every ore it can to fill up these, I run out of oxygen wicked fast. So should be good now. And there are 8 speed upgrades. Okay, so this electrolytic separator will be fully upgraded too. So what do we want to do with this? Do we want to put the electrolytic separator up there? Probably not. We probably want to run it right behind this. So we're going to want to run this room one further back. And what is up here? Is this? No, that was just grass because there was an open block above it. We're relatively close to the surface, but not close enough that I think we have to worry. Okay. So we can leave this tank here, and we can pipe more into this tank for the oxygen. Yeah, so we're going to clear this out right here. I'm going to put down one more thing of power, and we're going to orient this the same way. There we go. And now we just need to run, where is it? Transfer pipe above that. And let's make sure, is this going to be getting enough water to send to both of these? I just got to make sure it actually fills up. Yeah, so it will. It'll fill up good. Okay, so then all we got to do is take the pressurized tube and put it into this gas tank, because I think having that much of a buffer is fine. I don't think we need 2 gas tanks. Eventually, we could put like a second one here, and I assume it'll auto-eject into this one, so we have even bigger of a buffer, but I'm not super worried about that right now. So that should be going into there. Yes. And I want to say, is this system running out here right now? Is there a reason that that's barely generating? Oh, you know what? It's because this doesn't have upgrades in it yet. Okay, we need to make sure that this is actually getting enough water with full upgrades in it too. But we'll check back on that in a second. And we're going to want this to be dumping excess, I think. Yeah, so that these are constantly running, because if we run out of hydrogen over here, we want them all to be dumping excess so that they'll be running constantly, so that this will be running and this will be running at the same time. Or if one of these isn't running, we want the other one to be running. So that should be fine. And this gas tank is for hydrogen, which is going to be coming out this side. So pressurized tubes, that's pulling hydrogen out, and the hydrogen needs to come to this up here. So it needs to be pumped in this side. So we're going to want a gas tank over here somewhere. So let's just say we want the tank. Let's put it, I'm trying to think of where the best place to put it would be. Can we pump it in the bottom of this tank? So if we set this to dumping, yes, I think it is in fact getting hydrogen. So let's put that, it is dumping excess, which means that these should be producing. And now that we have 2 of these, put the energy upgrades in here now. Is this, okay, so we are going to need more upgrades for the speed on the water, because now I guess it doesn't have enough to get water into both of these at once. Speed upgrades won't be too bad to make for this. I'll make those in a little bit. But now we need to actually get the gas out of this. And I also wonder if there's any way to get rid of these transfer nodes connecting. Obviously, it's not going to go into any of these, but it just kind of bothers me. But we need to rotate this. There we go. And now we can pull out of this, and we want that to come over here. So that's where that needs to go. Obviously, this isn't super organized, but it'll be a little bit more organized. And can we break this right here? No, we can't. That kind of sucks. But actually, I'll put this down anyway, just because it'll make it look a little bit nicer in here. I was hoping we'd be able to go up one level, but it's fine. It'll still be a little clogged up in here, but I guess there's really no way around that. We can keep this broken though, so we can access over here. And over here, we'll just cover the ceiling up over here too. Okay. Now you got to think about what else we need. So we need to get the power to these still, and we need to get this electrolytic separator to drop in here and then pull this out. So this is probably the hydrogen chloride, or this is supposed to be the hydrogen chloride tank. So I guess we could actually put this like, oh crap, crap. Okay, I pumped those in the wrong side. So one of these sides needs to have stuff grabbed out of it. No problem though, because we can go over and get our eyedropper. I guess we can see which side will be best to pump that in. Because yeah, oh, I forgot. This goes into that side. Okay, so this needs to get broken here. Can wrench this out. And this needs to just be pulling up from here and over to here. So that block can stay there like that. And this needs to get run around here to this side. So we'll bring it back like that. And that should be good. So we need to pull the hydrogen out of this side. And this thing is pretty effective. It's a little annoying, but like, you got to do it. So you just keep clicking and then shift right click and then click again. I don't know why it can't have a bigger storage in it, because like when you screw up like this is the only way to get stuff out, by the way. And this didn't used to be a thing, and I think they implemented it because I want to say it was a glitch, but I used to have this all the time in Mod Sauce, where you would break something and it would get like a random, barely like any gas in it, but it would get like one random gas or a random liquid in there, and you couldn't remove it, and so you had to like completely destroy the whole thing. There we go. So now it's producing. Should be putting this, is this a hydrogen tank? Or did that accidentally get hydrogen pumped into it? I believe it accidentally got hydrogen pumped into it. Let's just make sure. So this is supposed to be the hydrogen tank, right? I think so. Oh gosh, why is this not going? Oh, it's because we have no power. Okay, I need to go sleep. I forgot it was nighttime out. I need to go sleep so that we get some power going, so that I can make sure everything's working correctly. I'm pretty sure that accidentally got hydrogen in it when the pipe was right next to that, and I didn't realize. Oh gosh, this stuff is complicated. Eventually I'll make this even bigger room, and I'll drop it down some levels so that we're only piping things up in here and it's not running directly behind it. Okay, so this should be gaining hydrogen, and that should be getting pumped over here, and then this should be storing the hydrogen chloride, and this then can be dumping all of this. Oh god, this is going to take forever to dump all that crap out of there. Jeez. Huh. You know what? Let's improvise. Let's break this right here. Oh, I'm so smart. And then let's break this here, and let's switch them, because one of these has a buttload of hydrogen in it, and one of them doesn't. So that one can go here now, and it can continue dumping, so that should dump faster. And now we're not wasting a bunch of hydrogen, and this one should be on dumping excess. Okay, so once this is done, this is going to have to get pumped around, but we can, I want to say we can rotate this way, which is, I believe, what we did before. We got the power running. Here, let's break this block. We'll run the power here. So we got to bring the power up, because this thing is not getting any power right now. Yeah, it's just running off the power it had. Okay, so this thing needs to get some power. So we can go like that. And I keep forgetting this is a waste right there. Fill this in right here. Make it a little bit more organized. Okay, so this can go here, up, and over like that. So that's getting powered now. Now this needs to get pumped out, and I actually think the best way for it to go, I thought it would be the other direction, but I think this direction might be the best. And it is hydrogen chloride. We do not want it dumping. We want it dumping excess. Actually, no, we don't want this dumping anything, because it doesn't, if this thing isn't running, it's not producing anything that affects anything else, so it doesn't need to be. So now we need to get these stone brick covers and put them along here, and that is so that this pipe does not connect with any of this if stuff isn't running through it. Okay, so that should be good, and now we need to be bringing this, which is the oxygen, needs to be pumped into the purifying factory, which actually is not super difficult. Just bring it up over here like that, and we're going to need to put some covers on that too eventually, because this is going to get pumped around over here and need to go up here. So we're going to need to put a cover over the top of this. And is that the only one that needs a cover over it? No, this one needs a cover over it too. Okay, so pressurized tube up there and there. So that should be getting that and functioning now. Yeah, see, so it does not produce much hydrogen chloride, unfortunately. Also, I don't know if these move fast enough. We might need to upgrade these if they don't pump fast enough. That might be another issue. I don't know. If there was a backup, I assume it would get backed up there. But this whole system should be running now. Let's just make sure that this is on dumping excess. I'm almost positive this one dumping excess. This one's not dumping anything. So these both have power then. They should be functioning. We got all the upgrades in. Oxygen is going there. Obviously, we'll know if there's an issue. I think everything back here should be squared away. Let's just put these two blocks down. So now we can get back here and access things if we need to. And we can just cover it up a little bit more. And now we just got to put the covers on the front, and that is completed. And then we'll just go make some upgrades for, you know what, are we missing a cover? I believe I have some over here. If not, we can cut some more. Okay, I guess we're missing one. I guess we used an extra one in there somewhere. Okay. And then we just got to make some speed upgrades for the water, and we're done. Put another solid block down up here. Looks good as new. This is constantly producing. It looks like we need a little bit more brine production, and then we'll be capped out. So eventually we'll need to, once we get it to 18 height, I'm assuming it'll produce brine faster than this can go through it. So we'll need a second electrolytic separator for over here and a second chemical infuser, but we'll worry about that later. Yeah, so see, this is still going super slow, not gaining any energy, but now we need to break this and put some speed upgrades in that. So last thing for today's episode is going to be making these speed upgrades, which are relatively cheap. They use a lot of redstone though. I hope I have extra redstone. I really don't have much redstone, so let's config or redstone. I was trying to get obsidian, but I forgot you need to put obsidian in there to get it. So let's start that. That should get us a decent amount. I don't know how many speed upgrades we need, but each one of these makes 4. So let's let it mine all of that. And there we go. And we can stop now. Let's put that there. I assume it'll send it, yeah. It's sending it in there. And we should have some gold over here. What do we need? Gold. 2 gold and then golden nuggets. So we can pull some golden nuggets out of here. I don't want to pull out like a whole stack, but let's pull out 28. And then we'll pull out just a regular stack of gold. And pull out 2 stacks of redstone. I assume that'll be enough. Okay. So let's make some redstone blocks. Let's make a couple more. There we go. Do we need regular redstone for this? No, we do not. And okay, we're going to be a little bit short but whatever. I assume that's enough upgrades. Let's try 12. And can we access the electrolytic separator? Okay, so that looks like it's constantly working. It's a little bit low on energy, so that's to be expected considering we did add some machines in today, but I assume that the production is going to be good now and that we're not going to run out at all. So I think we're going to call it there, guys. Lots of upgrades today. We'll just stare at Brink while we finish the episode. Brink v2.0, the best Brink, the better Brink, the greatest of all Brinks. Let's see if he finds this, nice or mean. I don't know. See, it could be flattering or it could be mean because I'm saying that this guy is better than Brink, or I could say that Brink is so great I want one. We'll see. You never know. But thanks for watching today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I know it was just a lot of upgrades and stuff we've already done, but it has to be done with this mechanism base. It does take a lot of maintenance and upgrading to keep up with all the power you need, and the oxygen, and the hydrogen chloride, and yada, 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 all that good stuff. Next episode, we will look into doing some other stuff, maybe start making the factory upstairs, maybe do a little bit of building, because I haven't done that in a while. It's been a lot of mod stuff. I don't know, but if you want to see something like you did with the Robit, put it in the comments because I will make a point of doing that in the next episode. But, the swastika is gone, so all should be well in the world of the Primus server, and I will talk to you guys later.